If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial. If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast coming at you, presented by Precious Works LLC. Any business website needs, reach out to our guy, Bajan. We are recording this on a Tuesday night. Slow happenings in the NFL as everything is gearing up towards the NFL draft that takes place April 23rd. We are less than a month away. Less than a month away for the 2026 NFL draft. If you want to join us, SBP, at the draft meetup, please have TSA pre-check. I'm going to say that. Also, maybe don't. I literally just changed my flight from flying back to LA. Instead of flying out of New Orleans airport, I'm flying out of Lafayette. I can't do it. Can't do it. Who knows, bro? By the end of April, it may be completely fine. Didn't want to risk it because it looks awful.
The way the world looking, there might not be an April, Adam. Shit.
Can we get to
not even exist?
Bro, wouldn't that be the wildest shit, bro? Like, we get to April and like the draft happens and the Saints like overload on juice, bro. Like everything we've been asking for the last 6 years, and then like the world just end, bro. Like, oh,
just World War III happened. The football season like postponed and all that shit.
I'll just be looking at as the nuke falling, like, oh, at least the Saints got us juice. Like, at least that happened before it fucking ends, bro.
Still
anyway,
podcast though. Don't talk about it.
Still being a bunker on Paradise, just sending shit out, bro.
Like, boy, them niggas dropping them bombs, boy.
I'm gonna learn Farsi, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Jay got me. I don't know about you. Jay got me. Anyway, we done completely strayed away from, but all that to say, the draft is approaching. You can become a Patreon, patreon.com/SaintsBlockParty, or become a YouTube member, and that starts at $4.99 a month, to be present at the draft meetup. Wayne said, laughing my ass off. Watch out for Jane. No, listen, I've had this conversation with Dante. Like, she batshit crazy. But like, could you risk it one night for Jane? I don't know, bro. Like, I I'm just saying. I know Jane doing work in the bedroom, bro. She batshit crazy. I know she is.
Bro, she don't care, bro. Don't care.
Anyhow, we got to start our Paradise podcast next. Anyway, if you missed the episode we recorded this past weekend and you want to be in the draft, no. Listen, it's a Patreon only episode. It's a YouTube member only episode. I believe since it's dropped, we've got like 4 or 5 new YouTube members. Watch that because we go deep into the Saints draft cloud of 2026, this upcoming draft. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to know all potentially the players tied to the team at pick 8, go back and watch that episode and join the community. And what else we want to hit on? But the purpose of this episode, I wanted to kind of, people may not know this about me, but years ago, Wolf gave me this great idea that I didn't follow up on. And if I would have followed up on it, I could have been a famous YouTuber or at least a social media influencer, because your boy was like the shit at thrifting before I've gotten like Cobra. Like I like the genre would have been like a bigger black guy, but dressing nice and doing it on a budget. Like it was right in front of me, Wolf. I had it, bro. I had it.
TikTok would have been crazy, bro.
Even this was before TikTok. Like I could have had just a YouTube channel. I had it, Wolf. I had it, and I didn't do it. One of our favorite exchanges to this day was about there being like blazers and on shit on sale on Goodwill, and our dude, Sam, yeah, Shams said, link, ? With the odds, bro.
Well, they got no damn website, boy. Fuck is you talking about, bro?
But in this episode, we're going to talk about something that just got announced before we started podcasting regarding Zach Wilson and the Saints coming to terms on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
We're also going to be talking about thrifting through the rest of the remaining free agency class. Because if you have not noticed, free agency has come to a screeching fucking halt. You could argue that after day 3, free agency was close to about done.
Done, bro.
Done. But that doesn't mean that there isn't some value, some players that are still out there that could help the Saints in some way. So we're going to talk about those remaining players that are left. We're going to talk about some draft things. But let's start with the thing that got announced literally at maybe like 30 minutes before we started recording. The Saints signed Zach Wilson to a 1-year deal. And I'm going to plug it again, Wolf. If you were in our Discord today, this news was not new to you. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it there. But it's I'll say a somewhat interesting move because it opens the door for what does his team want to do with the quarterback 2 position. Yeah. And then the questions come up of what is the future with Spencer Rattler, with Zach Wilson. So just your first rapid reaction thought when you heard the news confirmed. I believe Underhill first reported it and then everyone else did, about the Zach Wilson signing.
And Mormon Connect, baby.
Kelly got to have his one.
Gotta have his one, bro. Ain't no Taysom in the building. I gotta have my one. Somebody that I could look at. Like we know. Yeah.
Like,
but
Kellen throwing up an L like LDS, like he go LDS, nigga. This is how we roll,
baby.
LDS.
You talk. But
off topic. I've watched a shit ton of YouTube videos on Mormons this last week. Johnny Harris, if you like history, geopolitical, just anything, Johnny Harris on YouTube is
damn some shit.
So he was formerly a Mormon and he talked about leaving the Mormon church. And anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, man, it's crazy. I got nothing but love for Mormons, bro. For one reason, we were living in Huntsville. This was what, 06?
Did they help you move? Am I tripping?
They helped me move, bro.
I remember that, bro.
Me and Bree was moving by ourselves, bro. Just me and her. We struggling. Like, sofas, all that shit. We ain't had no movers, nothing. We struggling loading up the U-Haul. Then, just out of nowhere, two Mormons roll up on their little bicycles. Like, hey guys need some help? I said, look around like, sure, man. Like, help me out. Man, they loaded up the whole U-Haul. But the crazy part is, we drove down to Baton Rouge. We were moving to Baton Rouge. Drove all the way down to Baton Rouge that night. Slept. Woke up the next morning. Started moving all the stuff in. Wore out, bro. Me and her just trying to move everything by ourselves. Car pull up. Two Mormons again, bro. In Baton Rouge, a whole nother state. We were like,
Nigga, what?
Me and Bree look at each other like, what is happening here? They're like, hey guys, need some help? Come on in, bro. And they busted ass, bro. They busted ass and loaded us up. And then they were like, hey, can we sit down for a minute and tell you about the Church of Latter-day Saints, blah, blah? I said, sure, man. Just tell me all about it, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Yeah,
all ears.
That's the least I could do. Like, just tell me all about
Right?
it.
It would have been some fucked up shit if you'd been like,
get the fuck out.
Thanks for the help, but I'm not interested.
I listened for about 5 minutes. I was like, all right, time for y'all to go, man.
Bob,
Bob,
I thought you were going to say you let them talk for like 30 minutes.
Hell no. Will you be coming to visit us at the Church of Latter? No, I would not be visiting. But I appreciate you. Right on.
LDS.
LDS. So I got number of respect for him. But anyway, from a football standpoint, Zach Wilson, I mean, why not? It's like, it's a 1 year. I'm sure it's like little to no money. They needed a quarterback. I mean, they only have Rattler and Shuck on the roster. You know, take a shot at the talent, man, because he is talented. Like, talent was never a question with him. He could move, ran an RPO offense, could run, got a big arm. You know, he just ass. Like, I don't know.
not very accurate.
Just not accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the finer qualities of a quarterback he has not mastered. But, you know, on the flip side, there's been a lot of quarterbacks just like that that's been able to turn their career around recently. So why not take a stab at him? You know, and it's not like you asked him to be a starter right now, but if he can come in and compete for the backup job, Rattler is coming up on year 3. So, you know, maybe he might want to move to another team. Maybe a team might call. It just opens up options. And now you got 3 quarterbacks. Jake Hayner not on the roster no more, thank goodness. So give me Zach Wilson over Jake Hayner any day of the week.
Any day. And it's funny because I remember last season, all we heard was they need to add a vet quarterback. And it's funny because like now they have, but like he's a young ass vet. Like
they was in the same recruiting class, bro. Him and Sean. Same recruiting class.
Someone texted me before we started recording and said, did I just read this correctly that Tyler Shuck and Zach Wilson was in the same recruiting class? And I said, you did not read that incorrectly. That is correct.
2018 class, man. There's some dogs in there, man.
Shout out to Justin Cash with the 2 $1 super chats. We appreciate you, Justin.
Much love, Jess.
So this is what I was told. I think it could go I think it could go 3 ways. One, they just roll with all 3 quarterbacks. Like they want 3 quarterbacks. They run with all 3 for the season. 2, I do think that it will potentially lead to a quarterback battle between Rattler and Wilson for the backup quarterback position. And let's say if Wilson were to win that, then potentially, now this is more looking like, I'm talking past the draft. I'm talking, this is more like training camp, OTA, that type of thing, that if Wilson were to win it, then if there's a team that didn't get a quarterback in free agency, they didn't get a quarterback in the draft, then you can look into maybe moving Spencer Rattler for draft compensation. I was told that the Saints have gotten calls on Spencer Rattler from teams. They just haven't pulled the trigger. I guess then the other option is that if Rattler just soundly beat out Zach Wilson, maybe Zach Wilson doesn't even stay on the team. Who
Yeah.
knows, right? I think your point that you had said in the Discord was spot on, and just in terms of just fundamentally functional quarterbacking. Spencer Rattler last season alone has shown that like he has an edge over Zach Wilson in that regard. But it's a just good depth signing, which is going to be like a huge part of our theme of this whole podcast is just depth signings and things like that.
Yeah.
It's also just, man, it goes like the NFL and the draft as we're like getting ready for the draft is so because I remember Zach Wilson as excuse me as a prospect, and I remember the couple of throws that we saw on the timeline, and this was like post pro day. It was post Mahomes, and so everyone's trying to
Everybody
look for
wanted that. Everybody wanted that second reaction, just
all that, and then it's just like now, like he was drafted second overall? What's his second overall? Second overall, right? And now, like he's just been bouncing around the league. It's just a cautionary tale as the NFL draft, like, is right around the corner. Like,
it's crazy.
Of how,
and I want to say that the Jets, they had a ton of picks too. Didn't they have like a ton of first round picks, either that year or like around that time? Because they were coming off some trades where they just had a ton of picks. And now, where are they now? You're back here with me with a ton of picks.
A ton of picks.
Picking second overall, no quarterback.
Bro, that's sad as hell, bro. Like, God damn. Like, I know we rag on our team a lot, but God damn, Wolf. Like, bro, if we were the Jets podcast at some point, I'd be like, do we want to keep doing? Do we want to keep doing this?
I don't know if I could do it, bro. That's tough living right there.
Maybe because you're in like the New York, New Jersey area, like there's more. I don't know, bro. Like that would be tough. That would be rough. Jets. Anyway, we just wanted to hit on the Zach Wilson signing since it was brand new before we started recording. Let's talk about this thrift shopping for free agency. So before this, I was going through Greg Rosenthal's top 101, just seeing who was on his top 101 still available. Well, if there are 19 free agents from Greg's 101 that are still available,
that's
19.
Crazy.
One of them being Cam Jordan. He's like number 75. Now,
that's insane.
I believe the highest player on it is Juwan Jennings, who, from a needs and fit perspective, would seem like potentially like a good fit for the Saints, what have you. I just feel like what Juwan Jennings is running into right now is kind of similar of the Cam Jordan thing, where they hit the market, they think that their value is this, and then the NFL shows you like, no, your value is this, and that's a very humbling experience.
Very humbling
for a lot of players. But when you think about like what's still out there in free agency now, all that to say, this is speaking more from available free agents. There's still the possibility that the team could do some additions via trade. We talked about that on our Patreon only episode that we recorded this past weekend in regards to talking about the players like Daron Payne, Kayvon Thibodeau, what the interest is, all that. You can go watch that episode to get those details. But when you kind of just see what's out there in free agency still, like who player or players that kind of grab your attention and say, okay, if we signed him or him, these would be good additions to what the Saints are building this offseason?
I mean, I've been having my eye on the mercenary himself, Jadeveon Clowney. Just
wait
like
till like July.
Yeah, like that move wouldn't happen now. You know what I'm saying? You might wait like a week into training camp because he don't like training camp. Training camp, I don't do all those things. You know what I'm saying? So get him like a week into camp. That's somebody I wouldn't mind. Like I would talk to him now, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Would you mind coming? He was in the NFC South last year. Like he was with the Panthers, right? Yeah. Come hang with us. You know what I'm saying? I want to say he was with the Panthers.
He's with the Cowboys.
Was he with the Cowboys?
Yeah, he was with the Panthers like
Okay.
2 seasons before.
Okay, yeah. Trust me, I just mixed it up. But I wouldn't mind that. Juwan Jennings, like even I know he's looking for a bank, but that's a player that I just think would fit really well with what the Saints want to
Yes,
do.
extremely well. Wolf, like he would be so good in this offense and provide it a level of like toughness, grit,
Yes.
and like a dog that the offense desperately needs.
Yeah, man.
It's the price point
It's the
because
price point, but
he sat out with San Francisco during training camp last season because of his contract, and they eventually like gave him some
a little,
incentives and gave him like
yeah,
I think like a sprinkle to make him come back, but that still hasn't changed. I want to say they gave him like 17 million, maybe 18 million,
wow.
if I remember correctly. And I think he probably thinks his range is that or higher, like
Right.
21 in league. It's like, nah, bro, can't do
Nah,
it.
bro. It's and I wouldn't pay that either for
No.
watching this. You know what I'm saying? But hey, maybe you might end up back with the 49ers. But just looking at Sports Track, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, bro. Bro, DeAndre Hop is like basically on Twitter, like, man, please, somebody holler at
Oh,
me.
him and Cam Jordan should start like a support group, bro.
He's like, look, I'm not even trying to be a number one wide receiver. I just want to be a part of something. Like
Damn.
I wouldn't mind DeAndre
No,
Hopkins. I wouldn't mind
no.
him at all. How we went down the Keenan Allen road. I mean, that's just not happening.
You know
Uh
what? I don't like. It wasn't happening last year. I wonder how like humbling it would
yeah.
be because he prefers to stay on the West Coast.
Mhm.
Doesn't sound like the Chargers are going to bring him back. I don't think the Rams pick him up. And so if that's not an option to stay in your home state, like could he basically pull what Noah Fant did? Because that's
Right.
basically what it would be.
Exactly.
Like, and I think about Mike Jones a little bit of how like the Saints were moving a little bit this offseason. Like, oh, they don't
They didn't want me.
they won't be not
I'm happy. All on me.
on me. It gives that vibe a little bit, like a little
Yeah.
bit.
A
I
little
can
bit.
see it with Keenan Allen.
But trying to see. I'm just looking at wide receivers right now. But yeah, I want to ask you about this one. Odell Beckham, he was at the flag football game this past weekend,
I saw some plays he made. Wolf.
and he's also basically begging like, man, I just want to get back into the league. Like, I mean, New Orleans, Saints been on this like whole NOLA, Louisiana roots and all this stuff. I mean, do they give an OBJ a hungry OBJ? Like, this is a hungry OBJ. This is
I
a humbled OBJ. Like, do you
I
kick the tire?
I
You're just kicking the tires. I ain't saying give him a long-term deal.
I wouldn't say no. Like in where he is in his career, like that deal would be like a 1 year, very minimal deal. Like why not?
Incentives. Yep.
Why not? Um, let me. I wanted to talk to you about, and we've talked about this player. Obviously, Cam Jordan's out there, but because of the history, I do wonder. You brought up Clowney. I do wonder if Brandon Staley has any affinity of getting together again with Joey Bosa, who
Yeah.
for 3/4 of the season for the Bills last year played really well, and then last part of the season in the playoffs just played awful. Like just was not playing well and was making awful like mistakes and like late hits to quarterbacks and did some very bad penalties in that Denver game. But I do wonder if that's a road that they would travel again.
Yeah. No, that's a fascinating right there. I've been wondering about Bosa if he would be a fit. But I know he would be a fit with the defense, but I just wonder where Staley is with him and where Joey Bosa is right now in his
Right.
career? Does he want to be with a contender? He was just with the Bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he just strikes me as a guy like, look, man, I just wait and just see what happened come June, July, when, one of the contenders, the Patriots or I don't know, anybody, just not New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Like, I mean, just who knows? Who else is out there? DJ Reader, he's out there. Ladarius Sneed, I just find him fascinating because he was so banged up with the Titans. I don't know what
He
to make of that.
was.
Like, he was really bad. He barely played. I was looking back, I was like, damn, he really barely played. They paid him a bunch of money, so they was just like, look, we just gonna move on. It's kind of similar to Marshawn Lattimore, who we
Yeah.
traded. He's also still out there. Like Marshawn Lattimore, just out there, free agent, bro. Just cooling, bro. Just chilling.
Football wicked, bro. Football is
Boy,
wicked.
that's crazy. Like, and
I'm good. I'm good on Sneed. I would be more inclined if putting fillers out. Like I would bring Trayvon Diggs in.
I was thinking about that too.
Like I would like
He's
I know
28.
he has. Yeah, I know he has his bugaboos as a player, and even may have some like off the field things. All that seems like more like personal off the field and not like off the field. But as just a flyer, I wouldn't be upset or mad if they brought in Diggs just as depth, because like this is really where it is right now. I know in the past, last month plus, we've really talked about the Saints being interested in David Njoku. I think he had a visit with the Miami Dolphins. I believe someone in our Discord said that Underhill said that Njoku doesn't have any that's not where he wants to sign or something along those lines. So, I do think there is a want for this team to want to add another tight end to the team, because it's still very barren in terms of tight end, because they just have technically they have three, right? They have Juwan, they have Noah Fant, and then they have Moscato. So they have three tight ends, but I know that there's a want to add more to that tight end room. And if they can't do it with Njoku, I do wonder if they just wait to the draft and just draft a young tight end.
Hassan Reddick, he's one that's kind of like Rosenthal. He said like his play was better than his stats last year with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I don't know. I mean, and plus he's just, I don't know, he's just like a flaky dude. He just might go to
end up
Japan or
in
something.
Japan, bro. You ain't gonna hear from him for a couple of months. Like I
just don't trust him. I don't trust him
at all.
Leonard Floyd was with the Falcons last year. He's kind of at that person. He's at that mercenary stage of his career where he just signed 1-year deals. That's somebody I wouldn't like. He played for Brandon Staley with the Chargers. Or was it with the?
No, that was the Rams. Oh, but was
he?
I would have to look and see if he was there when. I don't know.
But I know that he played for Brandon Staley, so that's somebody I wouldn't mind looking at. Just a vet, just a vet to be in the rotation. So there are players out there, bro. Like there are players to like go like find some good deals at Goodwill, man. Like to go find that nice tie or a nice blazer. Like, oh, this is a nice looking blazer, man. This shit was all behind,
right,
bunched up in the clothes. You got to look at each piece. And like, oh, okay,
you do.
You got to really look, and then you find like, oh, this is actually nice, man. It might be a little wrinkled, man. You bring this to the dry cleaners,
you good? Shit, you good
looking nice. That's all we need.
And what's interesting is like we've recently had this conversation in our Discord, just in the logic that players, free agents don't do visits anymore. They don't visit team facilities, really.
It's crazy. Teams used to wine and dine. You remember the days like being on Twitter, be like, oh, did we spot, or did the players get spotted at a restaurant? Like, what are you meeting with? Like, Mickey meeting with so-and-so, or I heard Mickey meeting with that. It's like, none of that no more, bro. None of that.
Does not exist. I know that what Njoku had a visit with the Dolphins, and I've been counting. I think there's been like 3 or 4 team visits within this whole free agency circuit. Now there might be more as they progress, but like I'm like, damn, like that is crazy. It's just a crazy different NFL free agency. Like, players typically know as soon as that tampering period opens who they're signing with, period, and then it gets done.
I think teams just have access to so much data now, that they pretty much know who they want to pay and what they want to pay, or what they then the things teams can do with the cap now. Shout out to Kai showing the league
Yep,
about the void years and all that stuff, so teams don't feel like as constrained to just make a contract happen. And players, they just about getting that money, man. So as long as you check the help part off,
that part.
you good to go. So they're just not doing the whole show they used to do for free agency. 'Cause free agency, the first wave of free agency would be like a week, like
Yeah,
almost a full week, man. And then those will get finalized, and then you move on to like the second wave, third wave guys, which will be like 2, 3 weeks. Then it'll start dying down. Now we're not even getting out of a week where it's just
bruh,
completely dead.
it's 2.5 days, Wolf, maybe three, and then crickets. Let me catch up on the chat really quick. GB7814 said, how many years are we going to say we can address wide receiver in round 2 and never address it in the
Bruh,
first 3 rounds ever? We're
man,
gonna talk
just
about that. We're gonna
get me started on this shit.
gonna talk about that after the break. Tony said, if this was a Jets pod, our draft and in-season meetups would have to double as AA meetings. I know that's right. Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In the 21st century? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, BIJON at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
Our dude Mark said that JSN contract got crazy void years attached on the back end. So thanks for bringing up the JSN contract, because one of the most tiresome things that happens now is that when a wide receiver gets extended and gets, like, I don't want to say crazy money because it's just what the market is. Alec Pierce is getting $27 million a year. JSN is getting, I believe it kind of breaks down, kind of listening to Greg Rosenthal, breaks down to like $32 million a year because it's a 6-year contract extension. There's this just tiresome trope of like, the Saints and Chris Olave, and I'm just so tired of it, Wolf. I'm tired. I'm tired of it.
Tired of talking about it, tired of hearing about it, tired of people complaining about it. It's like
Because and luckily, like, I don't see a lot of the complaining, thankfully, because either people are blocked or not followed, or no, I don't even mute that much, so it's either one of the two. But I don't see it. But I know it's ever prevalent on the timeline, and part of me goes like, well, one, like, do I think the JSN contract will come up in the contract negotiations to some degree? Yeah, to some degree, but like the Alec Pierce contract is more of a base of where to start. Like, JSN literally is coming off a offensive player of the year. He was the offensive player of the year. So And this is not to be like disrespectful to Chris Olave or anything like that. Like him getting that second team All Pro was huge, well deserved and huge. Yep. But the basis starts at the Alec Pierce contract. And we've been saying on this podcast for a while now, his contract is going to start with a 3 in front of it. It's going to, like, that annual per year is going to have a 3 in front of it because that's where the wide receiver market is. I don't know what else to tell people.
He's the team's wide receiver 1 at the end of the day. And those guys get paid $30 million plus. Garrett Wilson got what, $32 million a year. It's like once Garrett Wilson got that 32, it's like, well, Chris is going to want more than that. Maybe
and
a dollar
Chris
more.
Olave, and if I might be wrong, but Chris Olave has at least an appearance on an All-Pro list, and Garrett Wilson has not had that yet.
No, exactly. So it's just one of those things. But if you have a wide receiver that's on your team, that's the main target, the wide receiver 1 of your team. Doesn't matter if you think he's like a wide receiver 1, like general. Like, no, he's not Jamar Chase. He's not, Jettis. He's not those guys. Not saying that, but he's the team's number 1 target. Like, and he's who Shuck looks for. He's who the coaches look for. He's who the teams that we're going to play, defensive coordinators are like, okay, start with Chris Olave. We got to double him, or we're going to put our best corner on him, or whatever. He's that guy, and he's shown when healthy, he's productive every game. He's dependable, and I think that especially that last half of last season was really just a turning point. It's a huge turning point. Just the fact that he has great chemistry with Shuck, the fact that he was able to get past the trauma of those repeated concussions and all that stuff. It's just huge, man. And so you earned it, bro. Like, now they just got to figure out the contract as far as like protecting the team, because he has had injuries. He's had freaky stuff, like just freaky heart blood clots and all kind of shit. It's like scary, freaky stuff. So they got to figure out a way to like protect themselves, but also reward him with long-term security. So they just got to find that right balance or whatever. And I don't care after that. Like, and then on top of that, like, why are y'all caring so much about money right now, bro? I'm not saying the Saints need to be like negligent,
like frivolous.
Or whatever. Yeah, I'm not saying they just need to just throw money, give players money they want. I'm not saying that, but like the Saints don't have anybody to pay, bro. Like
nobody. What?
They don't have nobody to pay nobody. Like, I'm talking about long-term, homegrown talent on the team is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about free agents. I'm talking about like neutral. What's the word? Talent that you've nurtured on your team that you want to pay, developed. They don't have that. And Chris Olave is one of the few. And he's earned like a number 1 wide receiver contract for a team. And he's going to get that.
He is. And I just, the debates of like, is he a 1? Should he get paid? Like, I'm done with him, bro. I'm done with him. And then some people are like still people who think that he should be traded. And it's like, you want to trade away like the best. We already don't have any receivers, so you want to trade away the best weapon that potentially the franchise quarterback looks to and has great chemistry with.
And then what's your wide receiver room looking like?
Oh, Bailey got us, buddy. Mason Tipton time.
Trade home.
Or it's like, well, we could just, then it becomes like, oh, we'll just draft a receiver with the pick we get from a lot. Hustling backwards, woof. Just
because that's easy. That's real easy. Just replace your second team All Pro who's consistently put up over 1,000 yards, 3 out of 4 seasons. Just draft that. Easy. Like,
replace that with a rookie.
The Cardinals took Marvin Harrison Jr. You didn't think they was thinking they were replacing Larry Fitzgerald with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as easy as you think.
It's not. All right, let's take a break right here, and then we'll come back, talk some draft stuff, wrap everything up. We appreciate y'all being part of our live stream of Saints Block Party Podcast tonight. We'll be back right after this break. We are back. Whoops, my bad. We have 56 concurrent viewers right now, 193 views. Appreciate y'all joining us on a Tuesday night as we talk about Saints and the draft. So let's talk about this upcoming draft. There's a lot of draft things coming out. The Saints during their annual meeting with prospects of Ohio State before the pro day, having the dinner. Underhill reported that. So they're essentially like Caleb Downs, Reese, Sonny, like all the big Ohio State prospects that they're having dinner with tonight before Ohio State's pro day. Makai Lemon was in New Orleans working out for the team today. I don't even know what time it is. I want to say it was today. Yes, today. This is something I would typically keep Patreon only, but I'm just going to. Makai Lemon is turning some heads in New Orleans. Now, is that enough for him to be the pick at 8? I don't know. I just know that the workout, the meeting, everything went fantastic. And if you go back and listen to our episode that we did where we did the cloud, you'll be in the know. What else is there? The Chris Bell situation is, boy. This Chris Bell situation is going to become the 2026 Isaac Tesla situation. And like the funny part is like most of this isn't on the Saints. Like most of it isn't. This is, I'm not going to say not any of it's on the Saints,
Right.
but so much of this is on Chris Bell. And it started at the combine.
Yeah.
Our dude Jake was at the podium when he said it. It's continued where he's like, I'm telling Shuck, come get me. Tell all the niggas that you work with to come get me.
And he basically been like, and Shuck telling me, he telling everybody, come get me. That's his word. He gave me his word.
I was told that he's talking so much and it's such a wide known secret, quote unquote, not really a secret in the league, that they might get jumped for Chris Bell. Like he might be there at 42 and they're, just like the Lions did last year with Isaac Tesla. Hey, the niggas about to take Chris Bell 42. Let's go with 41. Let's go to 40. You had Doug Nussmeier talking to Jeremiah Love today. The LSU Pro Day was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Mansour Delane blazed a 4.35. I don't know if that was official. Did that become official?
No, it wasn't official. I've heard I've seen 4.35, 4.38, and some say it was 4.4-ish. So, But
anyhow,
do what you will with it.
Mickey Loomis was talking to Mansour Delane at the LSU Pro Day. So it's a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Right.
Saints busy, bro. They've been busy. I give them that. They've been busy. When was that somebody Pro Day?
Miami's.
Miami, yeah. Interesting. But that was interesting that Killen was there. You know what I'm saying?
Was that for Ruben Bain, or was that sort of for a certain offensive lineman? Was it for Keontae Scott? Like, I don't like the heck. I'm sorry. Someone said it was for Keontae Scott on Twitter. I'm like, the head coach is not going to Miami to scout a slot corner.
No. No. He was going looking at that damn old lineman. That's what he was going looking at.
It, Wolf. Everyone was saying it was Bain, and I was like,
I mean, I think he did want to see Bain too, but it was about the offensive lineman, bro.
We know. Dante said, I don't even want Bell anymore because he sounds like an idiot speaking like that.
Do my dog that, man.
Tony said, I'm just glad someone actually wants to come play here, even if he's not being particularly smart about it. Yeah.
Just to Shuck got to send him a little text. Shut the fuck up, bro. Just kill it, man.
But all that, I know I tossed a lot at you. It also got announced that Jordan Tyson was going to work out for teams on April 17th.
April 17th.
The draft is on the 23rd.
I'm trying to think. Somebody else did that. I can't remember, but they did like a pro day or a workout like right before the draft.
It wasn't Carson Schlesinger.
No. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, that's fascinating.
Was it Cooper DeJean?
Was it?
Yeah, I think it might have been Cooper DeJean because he was coming back from an injury.
Yeah, sure was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. But that's interesting to me because I think him and his people are probably hearing like NFL teams need to see something, bro. Like you got to show us something, bro. Like, cause you know you could slip, you could fall. You know what I'm saying? With your injury history, with the fact that your hammy's been acting up and flaring up and this and that. I think that his people got word like, man, look, we got to put something together, and putting it on like late. This actually might be a good thing because if you do good, you could leave like a real like quick, good, lasting impression right before the draft, and you know get teams thirsty. I remember the Raiders took that corner, the corner that had like a heart issue.
Oh,
like almost
I do know. Yes,
yeah.
I know. I'm from Houston, right?
Houston, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm fucking sick.
Bro.
I can't remember his name though.
I can't remember his name, but it was a Hayden. Something Hayden, I think.
Yeah, I think that's close. You're close.
Hayden.
Yes.
Anyway, like he had a late workout because he had almost like died on the field or something like that. He had a late workout, and the Raiders was just like thirsty,
DJ
right? It
Hayden.
was just like DJ Hayden. Yep. The Raiders was just like, oh man, they saw the workout. They was like, oh, this is the best corner. I remember Mike Mayock, like he had a workout like a week or two before the draft. And Mike Mayock was like, man, this is an epic. Like he is the best corner prospect in this draft. Blah 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 blah. And the Raiders like traded up to go get him and all that stuff. So like you know those things work, man. Like if Tyson went out there and like he's healthy and he goes like runs well, runs good routes, and kind of reminds people how well he moves. Like he could really move himself right back up into contention with the other top two wide receivers. So I'm fascinated to see how that works out, man.
I am too because, and listen, man, like I don't know because the draft is so fickle in terms of like what can happen, but like as of right now, it would not be a surprise if he fell to round 2. Like it just
it's crazy,
which is insane to think about. But one theme I've noticed is that this team, and we'll see if it translates to draft day. This team is looking under every rock, nook, and cranny when it comes to juice.
Everyone, bro.
Everyone.
Not just wide receivers, tight ends.
No.
How many tight ends we've heard about? Like, well, you know,
Oscar Delp.
Some tight end that Tony wrote about today. I don't know
that's
SMU,
I
tight
believe.
end.
Yeah.
Hinder or whatever. Like they're looking at everything, bro. They're looking at wide receivers, running backs. If you go look at the Saints, like visits, workouts, and all that stuff, their list full of juice. They got a couple of defensive players on there, but full of juice, man, full of juice. So that gives me hope. It gives me just hope that they see. I saw a tweet today. I think it was from Sharp Football or whatever. The Saints were second in the league. 126 snaps all last season. 126 snaps that they had with a lead. 126 snaps. That's like a game and a half, Adam.
That's crazy.
That's not even a game and a half. 126 snaps, bro. With a lead. Second in deals right behind the Jets, who had 66.
Oof.
Like and that can't tell me.
And that was with like, as well as he played down the stretch, that's with Shuck started for like 9 games.
Like people and I really think people need to go back and look at that. Like, don't get me wrong, what Shuck did was amazing, but those wins were coming like by the skin of our teeth, and they weren't even putting up 20 points in those games. Like the defense play also, and the Saints were scratching their clawing for every point they could get.
Every point, and then outside of like the missed field goals that Blake Grupe was helping along with, but it was just like people need to just realize like those first 15 scripts were ass. Like nothing was working in the first 15. Like the offense didn't really get going until sometimes like mid second quarter or second
Or
half.
second half. Yeah. It was a struggle, man. It was a struggle. So this team needs it, bro. You need it.
And I think it feels like Kellen also understands that and understands how much juice this team needs. Like, yes, they went out, they signed David Edwards, they signed Travis Acham, Noah Fant, but that isn't like, I had to mute someone from our YouTube channel, which they can still look at our videos and what have you, but like in terms of like comments and shit, because like they were like something like regarding like wanting to draft a guard in round 2, and I was like, yeah, like I don't like that, doesn't like make a lot of sense. Like they need a guard, but like round 2's too high. Like wide receiver is more pressing need. And then like it was just becomes like this whole thing with like, well, look at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm like what type of argument is that? Like the Bengals have tried to address the offensive line and failed terribly at it. They've also tried to address their defense in the draft, and they felt terrible at like there's a reason why the Bengals are the Bengals. It isn't because of lack of trying.
Right.
Like so this whole like concept of, I still feel like not all, but there's still this prevailing thought that wide receiver is not a need for this team, and it is absolutely a top 3 need for this team. You could argue it's the biggest need on this team potentially.
And it's just the fact that it's so many types of wide receivers they need. They need a yak monster. They need like a physical tough catch monster. They need a downfield like 9 route beast. They just need so much, man, from a juice standpoint, bro. Because offense was so hard to come by last year. So hard. And don't get me wrong, like getting David Edwards at guard and Travis Achane, like that will help tremendously from like the snap to snap offense. But man, they need a lot. Still, they need a ton more explosiveness, some quick hitters, and ability to score. Do y'all not remember how tough it was in the red zone? Y'all remember that?
Oof. Like we were so mad of like, why aren't you using Bailey more in the red zone? Like Moscato's like 6'7", 6'8". Can y'all use him? Chris said, been acting like our shit don't stink. Funny thing is, 09, 2011 squad's receiver room had had multiple types of receivers. They
absolutely did.
I want to leave as we wrap this up. I'm going to leave with this thought. I don't think this would happen. I don't think it would happen. But if round 2 of the NFL draft ends, and at pick 8 and at pick 42, the Saints have doubled down on juice or potentially gone wide receiver in back-to-back rounds, how are you feeling?
Boy. Nigga.
Like if they, again, hypothetical, may not happen, but if they were to have a combination of like Mekhi Lemon at 8 and Jordan Tyson at 42, or Mekhi Lemon at 8 and Chris Bell at 42.
I love doubling up in the draft. I love like that. If I was a GM, I would double up all the time. Like just get two of the same position, or if I had like a stud pass rush on my team, I'd draft another pass rush. Like I would love to just double up. Cause man, like when you're able to do that, it's just, I don't know, it just gives your team like a kind of a element and identity where you could just kind of overwhelm opponents and stuff like that if it works out. Or you kind of edge your bets, okay, one work doesn't work out, okay, I got this. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to double dip at wide receiver, man. I've been doing that in my little mock draft sims a lot. Just taking one wide receiver early, one later, just to see how it works out. If they did something like get Mekhi Lemon and a Chris Bell, or Mekhi Lemon and
if they got Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson in some type of weird way, bro, I wouldn't know what to do myself. Well, now I say that, and this is like, if you watch our Prospect of the Week episodes, it's like, what's the fascinating thing to me that's going to end up is, right now I don't know regarding Delane, depending on what he ran, like I could see him going as early as like 5 overall to the Giants now. Like his stock is, and I was warned that this could happen for him way early in the process. But If at 8 they have a decision of Lemon, Delane, Downs, let's throw in Bailey in that mix. I still find, like, I would find it hard to believe that a defensive player wouldn't win out and would not have the higher grade. That's me.
Yeah.
Now, who knows, man? If Makai came in the other day and he was blowing Kellen's like football IQ out the water, and he just put on a show, and who knows, like Kellen might be like, I don't care who's there at 8. If Lemon's there at 8, that's my guy.
If it's like a Brandon Cook situation where that's my guy.
I don't know if Kellen has that cachet though.
I don't know.
I don't know. And Alfred Andrews, thank you for becoming a Patreon, Alfred.
Thanks, Alfred.
Do you think we get 2 wide receivers this offseason? I'm tired of being one injury away from seeing Kevin Austin and Tipton. I don't want to see that. I mean, that would all do disrespect. Excuse me. I do think that
Tipton's still on the team, man. Why?
Can we ask why is Gottschalk on the team? Like, I have no idea. I guess because they don't have a replacement for him would be the answer to that. I guess. To answer your question, Alfred, I do think that they'll add 2 receivers for this team. Maybe 2 in the draft, like we just talked about. Maybe 1 in the draft and maybe a later one in free agency, like a vet receiver. But I do think it's something that's on the radar. If that happens, Vele, the best wide receiver 4 in the league. Yes. Kevin said Vele in his Brandon Cooks vet role, same age and all. All right, Kevin.
That was crazy. I was reading Matt Harmon. He finally put out some write-ups on the prospects, on the wide receiver prospects. Y'all should definitely go on
receptionperception.com. We will have Matt on probably the second week of April.
Oh, nice. But y'all should definitely go and check that out. Sign up for that website and read it. It's awesome. But I was just thinking, like, man, it can't happen. Like, it's impossible to happen. But I think Carnell Tate and Makai Lemon, like, on the same team would just be beautiful. Like,
it would be.
Their dynamic would just, I don't know, it'll just be beautiful. And they kind of already had it at USC with Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane. Jacoby being kind of like a poor man's version of Tate, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yes.
But that would just, like, I would love to just have those 2 type of receivers on this team somehow. Like, maybe the Saints can put it up. Maybe they can go and get Makai Lemon and bring his teammate Jacoby Lane. Like, that would be dope. Dope to have done. Then you got Olave, and then you got a little Valia in there, a little Polk. Then you got a squad, boy. Like, little Polk, man. You got a little Polk.
Nigga said Jalen Polk. I'm out. I'm
hey,
out. You talking about a Poke Bowl? Like,
Hokey Pokey?
Nigga must be talking about a Poke Bowl, bro. I gotta see it with Jalen Polk. I gotta see it with Trey Park.
I just gotta see it. It's not that I'm doubting them or nothing like that.
No.
I just gotta see evidence. You're talking about something I've seen no evidence of. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me evidence, then I will get excited. But I will not get excited until then.
Simple as that. Just got a notification. We got 2 new YouTube members who signed up to watch our Analyzing the Saints Draft Cloud video for YouTube members only, Patreon only. Appreciate y'all for joining. Anyhow, we just wanted to come on here, chop it up a little bit, talk about free agency, what's left out there in free agency, Zach Wilson signing, draft, just tons of draft stuff. April hopefully will be a very heavy guest episode leading up to the draft. So like I already alluded to, our plan is to have Matt Harmon on next month. Our annual episode we do with Tony Pauline should be happening post after Easter. And then I believe we're also going to try to get, she's like an ESPN superstar. She's the Bears beat reporter, but she's been doing so much of other things that's ESPN related. Courtney Cronin on also next month. So got a lot of things in the fire and in the works. So we will be hopefully very, very guest heavy next month. And some of those episodes may be just posted to YouTube. They may not actually be live streams to avoid any hiccups and just for connection issues. But lot in the works leading up to NFL draft and all that. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We will be back next week. And then the player I believe that we're doing for our Prospect of the Week episode, we're not doing it this weekend, but I believe the player that's going to end up winning the poll is going to be David Bailey, potentially. So that will be our next Prospect of the Week that we dive into. David Bailey, Texas Tech edge rusher. Let me just double check. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be David Bailey unless something changes. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us and all the support. We will be back next week. With that, we are out.
Peace.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial. If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.